Hello, my name is Sanne and today we're going to talk about ley lines, a fascinating subject which I'm very grateful to get into. A ley line is a straight line drawn through or between several points of geographic interest, referring to an alleged relationship between those points. Like, these typically include old churches, archaeological sites and prehistorical sites. Alfred Watkins was the first person to come to this understanding. He noticed that many prehistorical sites in the south of England and the walking paths that lay between them are connected into a straight line. This line is now called the St. Michael line. There are several places in the world where lines can be drawn over several important prehistoric sites. Here's a card of Europe with several ley lines on them. You can see that these lines can be found all over the world. You'll recognize a few points on the St. Michael line as well as the Apollo line, like Avebury, Glastonbury and St. Michael's Mount. The Apollo line, however, crosses St. Michael's line at a very interesting point. It goes straight from Skellig Michael to St. Michael's Mount to Mont St. Michael. There might be a reason here as well why St. Michael's Mount and Mont St. Michael are so similar, not just in name but in appearance as well. But this isn't it. It also crosses Bourges, Pisa, Siena, the Oracle of Delphi and Athens. Now, what is the spiritual definition of ley lines? It's the name for energetic lines of energy, where amongst others Christians and Celts used to place at their shrines. Now, there's quite a few concepts and words out there to describe a specific kind of ley lines. There's ley lines, Earthrays, water veins, there's the Hartmann and the Curry grid, and there are probably some others I might not have heard of yet. Let's go through them. Now, let's start off with Earthrays. Earthrays are electromagnetic fields, but the term electromagnetic field is quite often used to describe all kinds of natural radiation and disturbances that can have an effect on humans. They do not necessarily have anything to do with historical places. Now, that doesn't mean they're not special or cannot provide you with spiritual help. They can be quite useful or annoying depending on your perspective. Now, then there's water veins. Water veins are, as it were, small streams of water that are located underground. They can be beneath your house or your workplace. Water veins can disturb people and amplify their emotions. Next, there's the Hartmann and the Curry grid. The Hartmann and the Curry grids are grids of energetical lines that are said to cover the entire world. Now, I have to be honest with you, I have not personally researched these lines, and I do not have conclusive evidence that they exist, but I will share this information with you. Hartmann lines are discovered by Dr. Ernst Hartmann. They're a diagonal line grid that is said to be 2.5 meters apart from each other. Now, the Curry grid, just as the Hartmann grid, is a grid of energetic lines. They are said to be 4 to 60 meters apart, and they stand diagonal to the Hartmann grid. Now, if you map this out, it should look something like this. Both Hartmann and Curry grids can only be proven by a geobiologist. A geobiologist is a person that is very sensitive to the Earthrays. Now, technically speaking, two geobiologists should always come to the same conclusions on where the lines are, but it is rather hard to prove this scientifically. How do you know where these energetical lines are, these water veins, ley lines, Earthrays and so forth? You can use a dowsing rod. I don't actually own a dowsing rod, but I'll explain how it works. If you want to know and see how this works, you can Google it and you'll find some great examples there. So basically, you hold this dowsing rod in your hands and you start walking slowly through a room or a place. And then when you find an energetic line, the two tops of the dowsing rod will do this. They go to the side. That's how you know. Now, not everyone is equally sensitive to this dowsing rod, but you can definitely give it a try. It's fun anyway. Now, on a more serious note, there are some people who say they can help you with the effects of ley lines and water veins and Earthrays. And I would very much suggest that you are critical of this. Not a non-believer, but just critical. Go with what feels good for you. Listen to it. So, this is a very interesting subject, and I would like to know much more about it, but for now, this is it. I would also very much suggest that you visit some of these places, like Avebury and Glastonbury. I personally noticed a very clear energy there, and I might do a video about that in the future, but for now, this is it. Thank you very much, and goodbye.